What's up, guys? Today we're going to be showing you something a little different. This is a homebrew for the Atari 2600 called Galagon. Sound familiar? It's because it's actually Galaga. And it's kind of crazy how faithful this is to the arcade version, even more so than the 7800, which that's supposed to be the more powerful system, right? But this one runs better, it plays better, looks better, has more features, and considering the limitations of the 2600, that's just mind-blowing to me. There's only so many pixels that you can fit on the screen on a horizontal line at once with a 2600 game when it's being programmed, so flicker is a very common problem with a lot of the games, especially if there's a lot of stuff going on screen at once. Not such of an issue with this game. It's very subtle, it's there, but it's no worse than, say, a Nintendo game. But enough jabbering, let's check it out. By the way, if you like cute and nerdy things like this mug here, or this cat, check out the shirt hoard. The link is in the description. The cat's not included, by the way. Have you played Atari today? So as you can see, this is the demo version. I haven't gotten the actual ROM because I want to get the physical card eventually. But look here, there's multiple modes here. So you have Novice, Standard, Advanced, Challenge mode. And the music on this is actually very faithful too, which is another uncommon thing for the Atari. So let's start on Standard mode. You're going to see a lot of things happen on screen at once, but flicker, like I said, is not a problem. And the stars look better on here than it does on the 7800. Plays very well. The only critique I have to give this game is that the fire rate is the slightest bit slower than it is on the arcade or the NES version. But it's very subtle. You only really notice if you're on like the challenge stage because it's a little bit more difficult to hit all the enemies. I'm not the greatest at this game, but let me see if I can get the son of a bitch. Let's see if I can get the double ship for the challenge mode. Alright, stage 2. I don't know about you, but I love me some Galaga. There's a version on the TurboGrafx. I think it's called Galaga 88 or Galaga 89. That's a really cool version too. A little bit more 16-bit-ish. I'm not doing so hot. Okay, challenge stage. I'm probably not going to get all 40 because I don't have my double ship. You can see though, it's just like the arcade or the NES version, the enemy patterns here. Well, I got that line at least. You know, as soon as I record, that's when I do my worst. Stage 4. And I crashed. Okay. Last one. Hey, got an extra life. And I just lost it. I just can't believe how good this game looks and runs, considering it's an Atari. Yeah. So, let's check out another mode. Let's check Advanced. If you really want to get your ass whooped right away, this is where you go. So here's stage 1. They are a lot more aggressive. See how far I can... Well, I was looking the other direction. Yeah. So that's advanced mode. Now here's my favorite part about this version is the challenge mode. So it will just drop you straight into the challenge stages so you can practice those. And I believe it starts you with the double ship. Yeah, it does, see. This is kind of cool to practice your challenge stages. Missed him. I got 39 out of 40. Whatever. And then here's the challenge mode, stage 2. I'm not very good at stage 2, but let's see what we got here. Extra life. Crap. So that's challenge mode. And then let's try novice just so you can see what that's like. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's standard mode, but it's hold your hand a little bit more. It starts you out with the double ship here, as you can see. I will say, even though the NES is probably my favorite version to play still, this is up there with it. This gives it a run for its money for sure. Especially with these extra modes, it's just fun to have. I'm going to make it to the challenge stage, and then we'll wrap up. I missed the 40 again. You know what? Fuck it. Okay, so just for comparison's sake, let's check out the 7800 version. So here it is on the Atari 7800. As you can see, it has a cool little title screen here, but you're going to see right away this is not nearly as good. At least I don't think it is. For one, it plays much slower. It feels like you're flying in freaking jello when you're playing compared to the other versions. And I don't think it looks as good. The ship is smaller. The enemies look okay. But the bullets that you're shooting doesn't look as good because it's just one single color. The stars are all just one single color. Everything just moves much slower. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad version. It's still serviceable. This is what you got. Hey, you know, it's a decent 7800 game still, but it pales in comparison to the Galagon on 2600 and the NES. 7800 is supposed to be fairly close to the NES in terms of power, but it really does not show on this. Now, if somebody went back and remade this like they did Galagon, I'm sure it would be great. But, yeah, this is what we got. Again, though, it's still not a bad version. I mean, it's still fairly fun. It's just a bit slower. Not as fancy with the features. I feel like I'm doing a little better on this version. Another thing too, these challenge stages are not nearly as good. Like, it seems like the enemy pattern is just a little different. Like they go to like the topper part of the screen a little sooner, and yeah, I don't know, just something's off about it. Yeah, well, that was horrible. I probably didn't even get half of the hits. 21. Ugh. Play another stage of this. I am shooting everywhere but the enemies. It's just flying in between them. I never did say I was good at this. There we go, I'm doing a little better. Let's let it take my ship, see if I can get a double ship with this. Yep, got my double ship. So that's the 7800 version. As you can see, it's serviceable. It's not terrible, but there are many different ways to play Galaga that are far superior to that one. It's just crazy to me seeing how far people are able to take the 2600 in terms of developing games for it. And this is just a needle in the haystack. As far as homebrew games go, there are a ton, and way more than I could even begin to count. But this one in particular was just especially mind-blowing to me. Until about a week ago, I had no clue Galaga for the 2600 was even a thing, and I'm surprised it can even run it worth a damn. My friend Luke showed me the physical copy he got, the physical cartridge, and when I first saw that, I just had to try it. And I am not disappointed. I will eventually get the physical cartridge for myself, so you'll probably see that in a pickup video later on. You can get this from Champ Games. You can get the physical version for $40 or the ROM for $15. Just keep in mind that it's not compatible with the Retron 77 or the 2600 Plus at the time of this recording. If there's any kind of firmware updates released, then that can change, but right now it'll only run on an actual Atari. If you're a fan of Galaga or the Atari 2600 in general, seriously give this version a shot. It is just awesome. I really don't think you can make it any better than this. And until next time, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a good day. Horns up.